Welcome to E Gaming News, hosted by Roger Johnson. Right now, we have some news updates and informations from third-party sources that says we'll be getting His Majesty's VGCS at early 2023, provided by Yellow Card Vanguard, and hopefully promoted by Bushiroad themselves. It'll be really awesome to see any other third-party content creators get any form of tournaments release for us lesser beings. Not me, Roger Johnson, reporting to you live with BTO8 in mind. With that format being introduced, you'll get a full case for the top 8, some booster boxes, and all those extra juicy prizes included. We have ourselves some of the cards that are going to be released in BTO8 as well. First, we have Scarlet Flutter of Evanescent Life. You can play this card by Soul Blasting 2 if you happen to have a Tamura Vanguard, which you obviously should be playing. Or else, that'd be very silly of you, wouldn't it? You can Soul Blast one Rimmery and Rammery out of your cell. Rim and Ram. Don't know who she is, but she seems like a pretty good person. You can call each of them from your drop zone by paying this cost. So if you happen to not find any targets, happen to heal one and both are in your drop zone, bang bang, Bob's your uncle, you have something to play with again. And now you can keep on playing with for the rest of the turns. Rest of the coming turns. Then we have Song of Exultant Exultament that can be heard. And if you could take a look at it, he seems to be being praised upon as a messiah, as he sees himself to be. Play this card if you have a Vanguard with Chaos on his card name. Choose one of your Vanguard. It gets plus 10k power until end of turn. The premium applications for this card can be pretty juicy. Sadly enough, in Standard, I don't know if it makes the cut yet. It can be very strange situations where you probably are missing a lot of one-ofs in your soul, and this can probably get there where you need to be. This card is an include to me. Then, one of the other last cards is a Stride Interdimensional Dragon, Fate Rider Dragon, which is a little bit different from its former counterpart, where you do happen to have to pay a counterblast, and you also flip up a card in your Z-Zone where you only have access to 12 of those cards or 2. It allows you to choose one of your rear guards, and you can send it to your deck, search your deck for a card that is 1 grade higher than the card that you have placed to the bottom, and it gets plus 5k for every card that you have face up in your G-Zone, and plus including the crest, which is also continuous. She gets kinda big. 15k on your first turn? Seems pretty good to me. I have no problem with this card whatsoever. She's pretty good. Let's see if we happen to be missing anything else. That's going to be set number 8. So, and any more news, we do have Monero Rising for JP, which is going to be revealing on February 3rd. So we'll be getting a lot of card reveals up until that point. So for us, it possibly might be coming out of May in the English area. Then there's also a lot of tournaments, VMCs, Master Cups, and we also had the BCSs that have happened over the weekend where Zorga ended up taking first place. Well done, friend. You only waited through a bunch of Gravidia and Flagberg to get there, but you, sir, or ma'am, or person, we do not discriminate here, have succeeded. You pass. Then there's also in Leeds V Premium, that has happened as well. Genesis taking a big slice of top 8, but of course Steam Maiden ended up taking that down. So thank you to Fuddy Paradox for providing us with all this quality content that we can regurgitate, reciprocate to you. Thank you. And in other news and informations, bro, what? Seriously for a minute here. This is the most quality, cultured playmat that I've ever seen in my entire life. It reminds me a lot of Allegra. that we happen to have a kid together that put a little damper on things. So, Jenna Caro, Familia. Hopefully you understand that Roger Johnson cannot be tied down. And if you care, news? Question mark? TCG Player, which has been bought out by eBay, an other shipment site, has removed Cardfight Vanguard from its premier tab menu. And it's now put in it's relegated to the more section, where comic books have actually now taken its place. What does that mean for TCG Player and Cardfight Vanguard on the whole in the Western player base? Well, it doesn't really matter much to Cardfight, to card market in TCG EU, since they can just order it by just clicking the tab and clicking the overlay for Cardfight, but it could possibly matter a lot more for TCG players from newer player bases that might be trying to get into the game. And to that I said, it is a free market, promote what you can sell, buy. And last but not least, the ugly stepchild out of the bunch, Vanguard Zero themselves, will be getting a new set update coming soon for JP. 1st of November, we'll be getting more lore support, more support for Shadow Paladins, Luard, more Shadowdewy support, we'll be getting Domination, more Dominate support, Gear Next, and more support for Neo-Nectars. Hopefully with the additional changes that Neo-Nectars have been getting with their limitation and restrictions, as well as Luard with some of their limitation and restrictions as well, maybe the other three will be able to put some work into the meta. With that being said, this has been Roger Johnson with your TCG news. Be awesome, everyone, but not too awesome as I am.